Who gets to draw blood first?
EG, we was touching on, obviously, with the addition of the Viper here. A couple more options on the defense as well. Chronicle gets a decent tag, actually. Com going to have to retreat away from here. Previously, we did see Fnatic obviously hunting down Boostio, looking to mark that man, and we're seeing an adjustment here from EG. Him all the way towards C site and a 3-stack here over towards A.
And we know that preference from Fnatic. They love this A side. They'll explore it. Yes, they pivot, but they do often try and take this space first and foremostly. The fact they posted up the likes of Demon 1 here, you've got a lot of additional bodies, and then Boostio on the other side sitting extremely deep on C. That's the first shot. That's the first blood of the grand finals. Demon 1 going to take down Chronicle and start putting Fnatic under a little bit of pressure here. They've not had that same level of success off the starting block.
Boaster, meanwhile, has slipped through the net. On the B side, Boostio is in position to catch this, but Boaster, does he check this corner? Just on the edge of it, Boostio wins out.
Okay, that's 2 kills on their side and a follow-up as well. Boostio takes out Leo, leaving it down to Durka and Alpha. And look at the positioning from Alpha, though. Nasty, gonna keep both of these players busy. Ethan on the defuse already is just gonna tank the paint shot for a while, and Alpha's now got a 1v1. Already halfway, though. Demon 1 wants to get back to business. Does he just try and sit this? No, he doesn't. He knows better than that. And Demon 1 gets off the defuse, takes down Alpha, and that is a different start.
There was a moment there where Demon 1 was going to try and stick that through. Alpha, a little bit disconnected. We saw the amount of pressure he was under, actually. Goes 1 for 1. Jorgamo invests the paranoia here to try and isolate him, but initially here we've seen a big adjustment from the pistol. I said early on, it was the first 4 or 5 rounds where Fnatic were hunting Boostio down.
And let's kind of take stock here, because it is going to be a couple of Sheriffs and a Ghost, but this should be a round that EG can convert. But let's also talk about the narrative of Demon 1, right? Who has been progressively getting more and more deadly as this tournament has progressed. He has become lethal as it goes on. But now, a little adjustment here. Jorgamo knows better than to stick around, but force them to use that utility. But the one X factor, that one win condition we hadn't seen hitting as hard as online was this man. And he's already off to that hot start. Gonna clean up Durka here. Doesn't really take much damage either, nothing at all. That's a good reply though. Boaster gonna temper some of that aggression, so they do recover the Guardian and filter it back.
It's no upgrade found for Fnatic. So they drift back towards the orb outside B here. Find a sent out here, will catch. So attendance noted here. Alpha actually farming up towards that lockdown nice and early, just 3 away now.
And the desk kind of brought this up as well, even in the last time they met earlier in this tournament. The Fnatic are incredibly diligent and making sure every single ult is worked for, every single orb is gathered. There's no lazy rounds from them. There's always something to achieve, and they generally do it very well. There's the second example of it only in this round. Again, they're even in the rounds they probably won't convert, they will make something happen. Now down to about 27 seconds, the chance of conversion is getting lower and lower.
Especially with Ethan repositioning here. Still Killjoy set up on B site as well from Boostio. Well, he has drifted away from the turret here. Little catch just before disconnected. But now it's one pop.
Ooh,
Alpha's actually found Ethan.
That's an opportunity.
It's the Guardian down.
Boostio tethered to the ground for a second. Spikes in, and they've got player advantage here. No recovered weaponry just yet. Boostio gonna spot the player. That's gonna be Chronicle down. Great trade from Alpha. Hold on, chip damage too. Boostio's in danger, that's huge! Fnatic maybe turn this on its head, but a 1v2 still possible for Com, but he's got to close that gap. A tap on the spike and leans a little closer. Boaster sitting so deep though. Smart work from Boaster. Make him work for those next couple of steps. The shot doesn't come in, but time, it's ticking. The fight happens, and it wasn't clean enough for Com. Beautiful from Alpha here. Turning this round on its head. Fnatic back at 1 apiece.
And Alpha on that lockdown as well, on the back of that round conversion. A shot to the heart of EG. And these are the two best pistol round teams in the tournament. Fnatic actually taking the lead in that regard, but flipping round 2 here is huge. Demon 1, meanwhile, actually didn't even spot that. 1 away from the Blade Storm, so an opportunity here, throwing the light shield in. Him to maybe look for a kill, or even, I mean, off the rip, go for this orb.
Might. See the temptation.
EG want to stack up for it, yeah. They want to try and get this Blade Storm.
On the other side, I think you're going to have, what, Chronicle? kind of sat that side. I guess Alpha would respond to it, if anything.
Yeah, they've set up here. There's a trap play off the turret contact, potentially with the paranoia. I don't think anybody from Fnatic's going to come this way. Alpha drifts away.
Yeah, this is what they're going for. Alpha sitting a little too deep to have much of an impact towards it, but the sides can be taken by Fnatic. They'll get the spike down. But the orb's been gathered, so Demon 1 does have that. And he's invested it. So this is now for the retake. How much mayhem can they even cause here, right? How much can they actually do to dissuade this post plant? Problem
being, actually, they need to go quick because this lockdown is in play. Fnatic have a late round piece here to convert and buy a little more time.
See if they can do it. Can they flood the side? Durka waiting patiently. The only one to take the battle on the side. The rest sitting super deep for that post plant. Demon 1 going to take him down, but they got to get a move on. They still have to try and get themselves in a position to hit that diffuser. Demon 1 forced away, trying to get a little bit more chaotic here. They can't close down. Demon 1 can't get to him. Dealt with. Leo denies it, and Com, yeah, not going to happen. Leo's here. Safest pair of hands you're going to find. Fnatic make it up to 2.
Nice attempt there, but I said, lots of factors in play. A comfortable post plant from Fnatic as well. Playing distance, really actually mitigating the risk there from the Blade Storm of Demon 1. On the back of that, Nightfall available as well. Already, this first ult cycle looking very healthy.
God, that could have been insane.
True. But yeah, you're starting to see 3. Well, I mean, Durka's not far away, right?
No, it's 2 off Showstopper as well.
So those 3 are huge. They didn't even need that lockdown in the end. And obviously EG on the other side suffering. Now we saw Com being punished with this. We actually saw the likes of Boostio punished with that singular setup. This time around, Com wins it out.
Obviously as well, EG, well, Com in this regard, not respecting that utility. Let's actually come out on top of it with a kill. Lockdown invested though, so it should pave the way for an open sight hit for Fnatic.
Good protocols coming in from both, so they're just making sure that no one was sat back in the corner. And obviously EG knowing better than that now. Pausing for a moment though, instantaneous plant. Waiting for a little bit of utility to cycle through here.
I mean, lots of time has passed. Actually allows EG to regroup here, but Boaster finds 2. Boostio and Jorgamo will fall.
That's massive work, leaving just the 3 alive. Plant now going to go down. 3 players from CT. Chronicle's position's good. That will know all 3 players, and they have no idea what they're coming up against. They can slip back, but they have to clear Chronicle. The crossfires are going to be deadly. You can see Boaster now getting a little closer. Oh, the utility is stunning. Fnatic in this post plant have just eviscerated EG. They could not get going from CT.
And that pause for thought baits EG into a peak to try and deny that side control from going fully in favor of Fnatic. And the follow-up utility is gorgeous. Yeah, that series from Leo was everything in terms of securing those final kills. Absolutely 0 risk. Fnatic looking very composed so far in the start of Lotus.
Yeah. Again, when we're talking best of 5s, it is now marathon territory, right? It goes into a longer series, but you have to look at kind of the, I guess, the early looks coming out from these teams, how these players are performing so far. Fnatic not looking too phased. I like some of the adjustments from EG. It's whether or not they can actually keep up over distance, right, over time. Can they match them on this map? Traditionally, and if we throw our minds back just to that last time they met, this was one with the biggest disparity on it. Now, EG, at least putting up the first, will close out a little bit of that worry that they weren't prepared, but on the other side of things, Fnatic, it takes a lot to fluster them. It's a very rare occasion you're going to put them in such a bad scenario that they can't recover. So I like that Fnatic are just kind of pausing in this one, taking their time, making sure they're doing their due diligence, just clearing through, because EG currently do have a little bit of a stack towards A.
Sheriffs across the board as well. How deadly they can be in the Thrifty. They pop out the back of the Viper here. Boostio will find one. Actually, tag comes through with a shorty, but Durka does this one. Boostio, he gets a second though.
Needs to do a little bit more here. Jorgamo, the last one alive. Is there anything he can achieve out of this? I mean, then, yeah, the last 3 sitting pretty comfortably. HP in a good place. Like, nothing looking super easy for him. Like the danger they tried to create there, though. Quite simple so far for Fnatic in this round now. After all that chaos settles, Plant's going to go in. He's going to need some belters to do something with this.
Even trying to drop out of the smoke there with the TP to maybe get a bit of information, but Leo will seal the deal on Fnatic's fourth. Need a response here from EG early on in this half. Options to play with now. Operator actually online. Also have the lockdown, have the Viper's Pit. Houston just one away from the Seekers as well, so.
Guys, I'm in their head, boys. I'm in their head.
Okay, he's got. Yeah, I was just wondering what he was going to go for by then. I feel like I can hear Potter talking, which is a great bit of information. But, and look, a TriCast, I'm always down, but for now, let's focus as Demon 1 is postured up on this for a fight. And they were punishing them on any aggression before. Pain Shell going to be the first thing invested. Jorgamo really shouldering most of this contact, but they are just kind of waiting for Demon 1 to get that chance.
Nade placement was actually really perfect here. Showstopper popped it. Actually, Demon 1 able to slip away, but caught on the retreat.
And Dirk is so good at this, clearing very efficiently. And Fnatic getting such a great read into all of the intent, all of that want from EG.
And that's one of those big tools I was just talking about for EG to make a stand here in round 6. Removed, no chance of the trade. Com anchoring A site right now. Bustio tucked into a setup on B. Actually, decent read on the timing as well to pop the pit here, but it's a lot to handle.
Yeah. And even outside of that, they can still crunch towards that B site. Yeah, counter pick comes in, so that's going to nullify that. Bustio looking like he wants to invest the lockdown here. 27 seconds, maybe not a bad idea. Going to really rip away some of their options, force them back into the pit potentially. But you can see Chronicle clearing around those edges, trying to spot out Com. The rest of Fnatic's coming this way, so Com once again will have his hands full. Divide goes up as well to ensure a little more safety. And Com's closing in. He's seen everything! Huge impact from Com. Finds 2 and now time! They're running so low, 4 seconds. Chronicle gun out, goes for the fight. They do not have time. If they can live, they've done enough. EG deny Fnatic.
Beautiful stuff from Com after being at a disadvantage so early on. Has a perfect read on the timing. Unfortunately, yeah, Chronicle, I'm not sure if it's just an unfortunate spread here, but he has such a small slice to play outside that pit. He can't really counter it. Can't really create any pressure towards Com. Unfortunately, late round, it's played to perfection. The lockdown to force them back towards A. It's a scramble decision, and they have to plant in such a risky spot.
They invested so many ults on that round too. I mean, we had the Divide coming up as well, Dirk with the Showstopper, Chronicle with the pit, but a fast piece towards B. Simplistic in approach, but it's worked very well. Dirk is going to take all that space, but a challenger awaits, and it's going to be Ethan. Got a bit of a hot hand already this round. Following up from the last. Seeker's going to go through. And they should be working off the back of this. Yeah, time to close in. Bustio going to be the one really committed, and he gets away with murder. Finding 2 looking the wrong way. Ethan making himself the sacrifice, and it works, and Boost's been dealt with. Big boy Bustio. He's playing out of his mind right now. 4 big kills for him. And let's, again, I have to remind you, roll your mind back. He was bullied on this map. Highlighted, you said it, marking your man. Durka had his number for like 6 rounds in a row. That's much different this time.
Absolutely, and yesterday we were talking about the number of rounds that he's just dropping multi-kills. As the first point of contact for EG.
Nice,
Standing tall here. So we've seen him completely avoid that, the broken door position in towards Link. It's a massive adjustment of the defenses of EG. We haven't really seen Fnatic, I guess, fall foul to it just yet, but here, that adjustment of position does pay off for EG.
Did their homework, but it's still Fnatic. That will always be the end of every sentence. It doesn't really matter.
Big info.
Demon 1 will be noted in the additional presence towards that C site, so switch up a little bit. Falling away from this, though, we are seeing that exploration of the other side of the map. Once again, Com. A whole lot of stress on this one man, because EG have responded, right? They've drawn 3 players now over towards C, pulling that rotation. So Com's going to have to anchor this like a superstar.
We'll spot the poison orb thrown across, I think. But actually drops it here. A lot of space between him and the next EG player, Ethan. Looks like he's making that rotation all the way back through spawn. Com actually able to slip through.
Yeah, I'm
get away.
surprised. Thought they might have been caught him on the way there, but no. Fnatic being meticulous.
Crosshair looked bang on
yeah,
there.
that looked on the money. No, meticulous in approach from Fnatic. To plants in. And a 5v5 retake. This could get incredibly messy unless Boostio's going to keeping it clean. Chronicle's gone down. And the other players playing off-site, sitting super deep by tree over towards the back of the wall. They now don't have a presence this close by. They could start pressuring here, and Boostio wants a bit of that. Gets a little closer to the wall. He actually swings it! The flash is divine! Sent from the gods! Ethan can be grinning with that one, and he wants a bit more. Boostio is just unreal right now!
He must have heard me. Back-to-back multi-kills here for Boostio. And he's the tip of the spear, the flash from Ethan, and Boostio digs so deep behind this wall. I mean, timed to perfection.
One enemy remaining.
We actually might have a grand finals on our hands, like an actual
What a
matchup.
stark contrast. I
Yeah.
believe it was 4 first deaths out the first 6 rounds last time for Boostio.
Yep.
And now look at him, 13 and 6. Leading the
Night day.
charge, another lockdown available for him, and a massive financial cushion here for EG.
What does Fnatic do now? Do they lean to other options? Do they look elsewhere? Had some success over towards C early on. This time around, EG noting that. And already, I don't think that's going to catch anyone, but it does give them the green light towards the site.
There's an alarm bot here and there. Now they swarm down on default here, so a chance to maybe stall out this plant coming through, or force Fnatic to plant a little deeper here. Saw last time, Fnatic baited out a couple of peaks, but lockdown invested here. Durka's pushing forwards. EG are going to struggle to defend this.
Okay, unless you have Ethan, apparently. Going to find Durka in all of that chaos. Supposed to try and take the brunt of this. And now Chronicle, a little bit of freedom comes out of the paranoia, but gets outdone. EG are sweeping the site. Alpha and Booster are about to get annihilated. Alpha, hold on, that's huge. Oh. That got a little close. But EG have just taken the lead.
Fnatic, I think in a position now where they're probably feeling like they need to call a timeout.
This should be a timeout.
Feels as if they're struggling for an answer. EG are digging their heels in.
Yeah, this absolutely should be a timeout for Fnatic. Pump the brakes, as we've actually just seen it come in here. They are indeed doing that. So a couple of different looks there. They tried to explore A again. They went back for that B lean. They've explored C, but none of them really found much footing in that. So options, that's the question. What do they run with here? But also for EG, the mentality of knowing they forced Fnatic into that timeout.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the emotional win on that, huge.
I mean, we talked about last time, I mean, Potts has even hinted towards this, obviously coming into this initial first matchup. EG were a little scared to play against the people, again, the people they look up to, the people that they've tried to imitate and kind of adopt their own play style from. And I think that was,
super team,
that
right?
was very evident in the first, even the first map of that series. Map 2 and 3, different story.
It's it truly is such a mental game when it comes to this, though, kind of that facing down an opponent who you never feel you have that 70-30, 80-20 against. You've got a best of 50-50. But they drew blood last time, right? They were one round away from OT, and then it could have been them sat in the finals. Who knows how OT would have gone down. It could have been a totally different situation for them. For Fnatic, though, they are the favorites for a reason. They have capability to hit these timeouts, come back in stronger. We rarely see them tested, though. The Death said it, we said it. This whole tournament, I say only EG has really pushed Fnatic at all. No one else has come close. EMEA, sure, Liquid beat them, but that even felt like a one-off.
I mean, this Fnatic super team roster is 6-0 against America's team, so...
They get credit for a reason.
Yeah, any stat you look at.
But as it stands, they were stumped by the underdogs of EG, who turned up today looking a whole lot different. Now, does that change the outcome? Let's find out on this map. This marathon in front of us of a best of 5. Pressure towards A, but a quick pivot towards B. And look at the damage!
A ton of damage.
Leo and Chronicle, the walking wounded.
Lucio as well. Does have a nano swarm. Maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression here. Pulls the shorty out on the back of the gravity well. No damage done just yet. A full 5v5, Lauren.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jorgamo potentially trying to cause a little bit of an issue, but with the lockdown coming in, that's secured them so much time. Boostio's going to get a move on. Clear through connector very quickly. It's very clear where the post plant is now. Jorgamo needs impact, and he finds it. Takes out Chronicle, and the late positioning from Boaster could be a real issue, though. Again, time still on Fnatic's side. That's lovely work from Boaster and Durka. Boostio comes back in, but can't get past. Durka waiting patiently. Demon 1 and Com, I think their options have dwindled here.
Try and hold on to the Odin at least. Do some further damage, because the
That's a jump scare.
timing was insane for Demon 1 there. I was going to say, if he could remove another rifle or two, it'd be the best situation of a round loss that EG were looking for. I think maybe on the back of that timeout, the awareness is there for Mini, relaying that information that there's minimal resistance towards that link area where time and time again they were finding value. I think Fnatic, on the back of the lockdown, capitalized massively.
Yeah, you can see Chronicle starting to get a little heated up. That's good to see. But yeah, the lockdown was perfect to supplement and complement that round, right? It almost kind of put that bow on it. Timeout right back in though. EG, don't want to let this one slip. Polar instantly going to get a grip on it. And if you look at the regular season from North America, EG, after those timeouts, their conversions of round wins was exceedingly high. Almost out of the ordinarily high conversion off the back of a timeout. And they still have a great purchase here. Ult-wise, I mean, TP for Jorgamo, Demon 1 off, but he's got an operator come into this round if he wants it. On the other side, very close to that showstopper again for Durka. Chronicle not far off, and neither's Boaster. So plenty of options could be played with here, because you know these teams will absolutely play around those ults as soon as they're available.
I feel like EG are in control though. 5-5 scoreline, but it feels as if that string of rounds, EG have the awareness of where they want to adjust, and obviously with Boostio having the game he is so far, you're able to ride that wave. Demon 1 can have a couple of rounds now with the operator. Shut down previously, isolated with brilliant awareness from Fnatic.
But for me, I still look at Durka as one of those who've tamed the best, right? Everyone else, this player's the king of Icebox. No, that's Durka now. Like, anytime he's facing your Tens, your Yays, your any Aspas, he has won those battles. Like, Durka deserves all the credit in the world, but can Demon 1 find a chance? It was for a split second. That's all you get, an opportunity, and it's gone.
So, a massive deterrent, but Fnatic hanging around. That looks so close.
That looked terrifyingly close.
I think, yeah, initial deterrent now. It's definitely a red flag. Fnatic initially showing a little bit of respect towards the operator. Jorgamo posted up pretty deep here.
Does Boostio draw enough attention? Let's see if he does. Does he commit to this? A little bit of a spam. Okay, so heads up from Leo though.
Boostio still got one though.
At least to get out for here. And Jorgamo gets away. Boostio doesn't though, so Fnatic's still on for a little bit of a run here, but they're just gonna be pausing. They've decided they'd rather face down the operator. 45 seconds, really.
Different switch up as well. They're going to leave Demon 1 now with the operator posted at A-site anchor. Com in a position to support potentially.
Has he get more than... Oh my god, the pressure. This is ridiculous. Demon 1, he's got 4 players coming his way. Leo's just removed his only support system. It's all down to him. Oh, I thought he might have had a second. Knives out. He's going to do some serious damage. He's seen so much, but Leo, quick to respond. And now looking for that plant. Pauses for a second. He's behind him. And Ethan's from Chronicle. It's all on Leo, the man who denied them OT, denied them the chance. This time he falls. Ethan puts him to his grave. And EG pick up where they left off.
That shot onto Demon 1 from Leo was ridiculous.
How does he look so chill? Ethan is just like,
it's actually crazy. Again, Leo finds the counter spam here. I didn't even snap to it. He was holding the angle there. I don't know if he's expecting somebody from Tree. Obviously, the TP from Jorgamo, there's some question marks around the map, but...
So he found Com earlier, right?
It's a disaster, yeah. Demon 1 actually dashes right onto the crosshair.
Boostio on the op now. Interesting little switch up.
We see him pick this up on Fracture as well, just as a curveball. He has been landing shots with it.
Okay, Fnatic once again showing that presence. It's just going to be that protocol list. Difference being, I guess Durka does have that showstopper. Boaster You can see the money really on the cusp of crumbling towards the end. Still able to fashion a buy here, which is fortunate for them. Just going to leave Chronicle postured up at this point, and the other 4 leaning back towards C. This puts, again, Jorgamo under a lot of scrutiny, but here, playing safe on the other side of the door. No one currently on that C side. This is now where it gets a little scary. Durka, the paranoia did land. Jorgamo with the TP, trying to keep himself safe, doors shut, and no one there to receive it.
Hey, what a big trade though, the paranoia for the showstopper, whether or not he's Ethan nearly cresting that corner. But Fnatic just posturing up a little bit. They have 2 players making progress towards A. Boostio will find the spike on Boaster though.
And the Seekers as well, because Fnatic are everywhere. They've infiltrated the entire map. Demon 1 waiting, spots them. Now he's in danger. Jorgamo's got his back. Takes down Alpha, and we're down to Chronicle, Durka, and Leo. Leo is looking monstrous today, though. Some impact kills for sure. Spike back in hand in 19 seconds. That B side looking vulnerable, but they could also look towards C.
Trailblazer didn't catch Durka here, but I think the Flash did.
Flash should have caught him. Oh, my word. There's the Viper's Pit. They've decided they've committed for that B plant.
Planted.
Durka's pretty far off, but the 2 players on the side, Leo and Chronicle, the ultimate duo. The best that they could have achieved. Looking at picking up that fully fledged roster. These were the players to headhunt. Flash goes into the pit, Demon 1 goes on top. Leo looks for it, finds it, no more! It's down to a 1v2. Ethan down to 76, but Durka and Chronicle sitting pretty. He's been found, put to the knees. Tied up all even, 6 apiece.
But a stark contrast from last time. 10-2 was the score on the half on Fnatic's attack. EG with some great little adjustments here to bring it out a level pegging at the half. Leo's having a game already, though.
And it's impact kills, right?
Yeah.
He's 11-8, which doesn't seem hyper impressive, but then you look at the value he's getting off the back of it, out of this world. And again, when we talk about Super Team, we talk about them in those specific roles. And we haven't even seen them at their best yet, right? Like, technically, you haven't seen Durka on Jet, you haven't seen half of these players yet. But let's jump back in just a moment's time.
Very much, Pansy and Hypok. What a pleasure it is to be on this desk for the grand finals. We've got Mimi, Kakuka, and Achilleos for joining us. Hi.
Hello. It's been absolutely crazy so far. 6 and 6.5, perfect parity between these 2 teams, and a major step up for EG compared to what we saw the last time they played against Fnatic.
Yeah, exactly. We're very surprised at what we're seeing on the server. We were talking about the level of preparation that was coming from EG, how reactive they were, how important it is to understand the timing in which Fnatic wants to do things. So you can, first of all, make them very nervous in the decisions that they're making, and also surprise them at the mid round.
And I was really impressed with, in particular, these late rounds from EG. So many of these replays were what made this even half happen, and in particular, Boostio back-to-back 4Ks to get them to this point. Yagel is stepping up, and as you guys are talking about, we are even. But the thing is, I almost favor EG going into this half. Lotus with these comps can be fairly attacking-sided at times, and if EG can get that ball rolling, I think they are on good course for the map. The thing is, though, if Fnatic get that momentum, they are really good at controlling this defensive side. 60% win rate. You give them full rifles, you give them that Odin, and they do a great job of holding down those extremities and stopping your mid-rounding.
Yeah, for EG, I'm looking for them to come out here, out the gate, get that pistol round win yet again, but this time not drop the anti-eco like we saw Fnatic be able to stay still away. Got them that massive streak to really run this one back where it was in EG's hands to start with.
I think for some reason I'm starting to cheer for EG because I see the preparation, I see the work that is after that, and also Ethan, I'm looking at you not only on this map but for the rest of them.
Well, 6 on the defense is huge, Pansy and Hypok. Let's see if EG can keep this up.
You're right, this is a totally different matchup now. This completely shatters all our expectations from before. We're looking at a new environment, right? Something else to look at here, because EG have come out and they've put up a much better performance, night and day, from that first time they met. And Fnatic now have a true challenger on their hands.
I feel like actually, overall across the half, I mean, I said this, I think at the 4-4 scoreline, but it felt like EG were in control. It was blow for blow, yes, we come out 6-6, but these tiny adjustments, EG with the awareness of what went wrong last time and how to fix it here.
It looks quite simplistic for now, but you still have the players split towards the extremities. Boostio and Comp going to get control of that. You do see, though, that Fnatic are playing towards Connector, so Demon 1's going to have his hands full. Boaster, Leo, Durka, all there. Paranoia could be huge. He's diving in. A 1-for-1 trade out. Leo sends it back. Alpha doubles down, and they're clearing on through. Fnatic looking so deadly. Timing not there at all. Leo coming alive here.
What a beautiful pistol round, though, from EG. The plan here, slightly off with the execution. I mean, the paranoia is huge. It catches all 3 players. Only amounts to 1 kill with a shorty. Maybe Demon One's blocked on the way in here, but it's the paint shell behind. Then the smoke drops. Demon One.
1 enemy remaining.
Just caught on the retreat. But a 3K from Leo.
Picking up where he left off.
Yeah, flips things on its head.
And we're starting to see the true power of Fnatic, right? This team was made for finals. They're made to challenge anyone in the world. Forged from the best potential players. And even if one has a bad day, if maybe, you know, let's say Dirk is having an off game, maybe Alpha's having an off game, it doesn't matter. Someone else can fill any void that's left there. For EG though, so they're not done yet. Certainly not out of this one by any means. Team 1 trying to maybe give that similar look here, but EG starting to flood through the rest of the map, pick up the orbs, close in towards C.
I'm going to prioritize some progress towards the lockdown. Probe sent out here by Ethan. It's just Chronicle initially, but Alpha drifting across to provide a little bit of support if necessary.
Right.
The timing was immaculate.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks for that production. And also cameraman, who's been looking around at all the times and gone, that's the
This
one.
is the one.
There
I want
it
to show
is.
that one.
Yeah. It looks like a double pump back towards C. And that assistance from out here could be very, very valuable now.
So yeah, he's actually drifted towards a committed position with Chronicle. Actually does catch the TP finally, yeah, but Com good for the trade. And the rifle retrieve for Demon One. Only 15 seconds left to play with though.
Spike's down in a little bit of a dangerous spot. It is picked up, 10 seconds now. Any more damage would be good, but I don't think they're going to get much here. Demon One's gone down, and there it is. Fnatic, keep composed, keep their cool here. It's going to be their 8th now.
You see a little more invested as well in that round 2 than usually you'd see Fnatic playing with a Marshall, potentially a pistol to round things out. But Alpha able to get back on Vandal here. It's already Leo in this half. Round 3, 1 off the ultimate. Nothing really within reach for EG either. Looking to probe towards C once again, and a switch up, a total switch up here on the defense for Fnatic. A little bit of fake utility, actually, almost implying a heavily orchestrated set piece. But look at this wall.
That's so nice. They get to push up. It's a little bit deeper. It's Chronicle to deal with the turrets. They don't particularly know about both. So there's obviously that consideration to an extent. But how much do they clear on this? That's quite nice, actually, from Fnatic. Sitting deep, though. They are going to respect that EG can now take through towards C, but the retake's going to be deadly. So it's down to the likes of Com and Boaster. Who wins that fight? It's going to be Boaster. That's a free upgrade as well. Plant's going to come down. And I just love the way that they teed that up.
Yeah, it was faking heavy presence outside Mound. I mean, EG luckily drifting behind it, but lack of awareness towards the back line here. Fnatic now 5v4 on this retake.
Big paranoia. That's to be 3 denied, slows the roll, and Demon One wants it, gets it, takes down Boaster, follow-up score, just can't get the third though. Jorgabo a little out of sync on that, allows Leo and Chronicle to answer back, but buys a little bit of time and keeps them into this kind of 2v3. Boostio and Ethan though, can they keep control of this? More time being purchased here. A little bit of chip damage, yes, but now Ethan's got to be ready for this one. 3 players, he can't do enough. Fnatic clearing on through now. And close ain't enough. As Fnatic make it to 9.
Beautifully constructed as well. They said the early round perfect. EG unfortunately do lose Com ahead of this side hit coming through. Again, Fnatic just dissecting their way through. It's not often you see him laughing and joking about things either, but obviously looking very comfortable in the server right now.
Yeah.
And now top of the board for Fnatic.
He's one of those coldest players, even on the walkout.
The
He's just
walkout,
like
zero emotion.
none. Yeah, he's something to watch. And again, still not seeing them on the Sova, which is ridiculous, right? Like, the guy is good on pretty much anything, but for now, almost touching double digits here. Shots from Durka. Wants a little bit of the limelight for himself as Demon 1 removed early on here, above 120.
Sure, trying to deal with some of this utility, maybe draw the rotation, but no damage to really follow up on here. And if anything, it's to their detriment. It pulls Boaster and Leo a little closer towards the upper side of B. Guardian's still in play now in Ethan's hands. I guess a window of opportunity here, but it requires Jorgamo and Busio to dig pretty deep outside rubble. Leo playing on the backside of the broken door could cause problems for them.
Caution here.
I think Durka's internal clock is starting to tick to the right tune as well. He knows there's pressure coming his way now. Maybe just shallow paint shell. Let's try and deal with anyone pushing up. Oh,
beautiful pinch from
big shot. Hold on. Durka, though, look how quick he responds to this. Alpha's there with him. Oh, it's stunning from Alpha. Fnatic firmly in control. Double digits made, map 1. And they close cleanly. Another buy and a big round coming up for EG now.
Well, this one has a big impact on how the rest of this half will go. Another situation where a string of rounds, much like the first, we're asking for a response from EG now. About there with their first ult cycle of this half. Lockdown available. TP for Jorgamo. Common Demon 1. Just missing one more orb towards it. A bit of a pace change here, at least early on. It's not necessarily created any pressure towards Chronicle just yet, but it has pulled Boaster, who does still have the Odin. You don't want to be tapping that orb right now.
Right there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be tapping that orb right now.
No, but he's so close, he's one away. Oh, Boaster opens up the door, and Chronicle even gets a follow-up. Demon 1's gone down. They haven't even had a chance to really start that roll in towards the site. They're left trying to pick up the pieces somewhere else. EG maybe running a little low on steam here. Bustio again, it felt like he ended the half on 14, barely on 16 now. Can they make something out of this round though? Plant would be ideal, obviously. Alpha waiting in the wings, Leo's there. Boaster, Chronicle, all nearby. Lockdown's gonna go through too. This now gets deadly. It's going to ask a lot of these players. Is Busio going to at least get Chronicle down? But look at it. How do you get past Alpha and Leo? Jorgamo is not going to do it. Fnatic are in full form now.
In final form.
Yeah.
Stretching this lead even further. EG walking the tightrope in terms of the finances here. As we enter round 18. Again, it's the timing of this kill. EG are looking to get set up to maybe plant the seed of doubt, deal with this killjoy utility on B once again, try and pull a rotation, but...
Bro, why I have Sheriff? Why I have Sheriff?
EG going to try and pump the brakes here now.
I mean, the saving grace being that it doesn't even get to the point where they can invest some ultimates. They're going to be able to purchase back into the next regardless, or at least force back up.
Yep.
With the Blaze Storm there as well. Ethan just one off the Seekers to be a full house for EG.
And again, it's so easy to look at the underdog story here, but again, Fnatic just played EG not long ago. EG clearly coming out, showing this progression, this capability to grow and change, and they still manhandle them in the second half. Like, Fnatic is such a formidable team. By all accounts, prepped perfectly. No one else came close. EG the only ones to even come knocking on that door. But if you want a game on this map, we'll start now. Plenty to play with. All those ults almost ready to go, apart from the Seekers that will probably come through this round if they want it. And they should be able to get the buy there.
So whether or not they're even going to set up for that ahead of this or whatever side hit comes through, but definitely want to see EG formulate a plan around these ultimates. We praised them for doing so on other maps and how well synergized it looked. So we've got 5 rounds trailing to Fnatic right now. Another switch up on the defense for Fnatic as well. Just going to be Boaster with that Odin. Chronicle and Alpha kind of set up for a pinch off this utility. Just outside mound here, you can see it littered across the way.
Yeah, this is quite scary. You can see it on the map now.
To counter the lockdown, so Paint Shell will go in, immediately removing that.
Options getting less and less, and here comes that setup's effectiveness. Going to be tested once that second layer of players come in. Demon 1 can get past pretty comfortably. The rest not so much. Alpha and Chronicle, as said, the door swings and say goodbye to 3. EG left in tatters. Demon 1 and Ethan, the only on, really, on the site. And okay, gets Durka down. Should be able to get a plant off this. I mean, maybe Alpha's position's a little uncomfortable. They've got to win maybe one of these 2 extremities, even trying to find that safe plant. Comes for the CT side. Now what can these 2 do? A 2v4, was a 2v5. Seekers is going for it, trying to give them everything they can, every tool that they have invested here. Ethan down low though, 21 HP, and Demon 1 sitting pretty. Finds the first, Ethan trades it, and now down to a 1v2. But it's the big boys, it's Alpha and Leo, the ones who've really come alive here in these finals. Flashes 1, expects to swing. Oh, a great read from Ethan, but not enough to take out either Leo or Alpha, who has said, Mike, they're in finals form.
They just make it so difficult for him to pin down the 1v1. Even here, down to 21 HP. Demon 1 tries to go aggressive, dig out Boaster, but like I said, the read here from Fnatic. They set up with this pinch on the back of the utility to counter a lockdown execute. Catch them in the choke point. 6 unanswered rounds now for Fnatic.
Gorgeous form. Operator out for Durka now. That little cherry on top of the cake. So you get a challenger. Anyone willing to take that fight? Nah. I wouldn't go near the side of that map if I were you, but it looks like EG do want to decide towards that B side. They're going to lose mountain control. They're going to hear all this utility, and that door's going to open. There is someone waiting. It's Durka. Delivers towards Chocobo in a second. Divine work from Durka. He wants more. Get the door open again. Swing it through. Give me another target. Does Demon 1 want to go for it? The flash is there. Oh, he saved him. Durka just took down Boostio as well. Hold on.
Ethan and Demon 1 again.
Yeah. The deadly duo. Do they get closer this time?
Look how deep Leo's playing on this. Demon 1's desperate for somebody to swing onto him here. A little bit of a misread here from Boaster. He's coming back through to stack up with Chronicle. Will give Ethan a plant. Seekers once again.
Bloody hell. Right, they're going to take a journey. Demon 1's position could be everything. He should have the drop on Leo, he does. Now 2v2. Coming back around, it's all over towards Mound. This time, Ethan's even got a flash. Yeah, this could be massive for him. Chronicle going to try and take a couple of steps forward. Spotted on the cross. Now the flash doesn't need it. Ethan's there. Saves it for last. And Boaster going to catch one. The spray, it's a little too wild. This time around, Demon 1 and Ethan. That's the unison that's scary, but again, they walk out barely alive.
Will attempt to scrape together another purchase, but now Fnatic, 4 ultimates available for them. Even again, saving grace being Leo's caught before his ultimate actually casts. Big 4K from Ethan. But the first on this half for EG. They have to follow through with this. Boostio back on the operator. Gonna try and look for a pick here, and he will be rewarded. Durka will fall.
Pit is just controlling so much of this space, right? You can't disrespect that. So they have to look elsewhere. It's B, it's A. 2 players posted towards A, and it's Alpha, who's been absolutely lethal. Miraculous. Yeah, A1 and vicious, this kid. There's something about him that you just don't want to mess with at times. Just flips into a little bit of a different gear. They still have a lot of clearing to do. You can see the Fnatic actually staying a little bit deeper. They're going for a bit of a challenge on this. Prowler's not going to clear as much as they want. Boaster's in a really dangerous spot. He might be dead. Yeah, absolutely. Out in no man's land. Punished, and Boostio paid in the way.
Trying to follow up here, but the wall will slow things down. Leo respecting this for the time being, backing away. Chronicle still over towards C. So Fnatic concede a lot of space here. I'm not interested in doing any chip damage ahead of this plant coming
30
through.
seconds left.
Might even just consider saving this. I think that's what we're seeing, yeah, looking at the minimap.
Yeah.
So EG do follow up. There will be a flawless round as well, so a big boom to the economy. Gives them another buy in hand and puts them 4 away now from Fnatic.
Yeah, it's how quickly do Fnatic think on their feet. That little new piece of the puzzle, right, that's been revealed. Boostio with that operator doing really nicely, finding them some early work, some early opportunities. Does Fnatic think they don't have to adjust yet? Maybe they don't. Maybe just a couple of nice shots that he was hitting. I mean, Boaster got caught out a little bit, kind of, you know, no man's land. See what they go for.
Yeah, I think as well. And it's you look for the indicator of where the operator potentially is on an attacking side, and if it's not the only one, is Boostio. Is he setting up for a lurk? Is he looking to just secure this extremity? So you can understand why Boaster's this committed, but
yeah.
EG re-clearing that space, what, 30, 35 seconds after that initial pick anyway. Fnatic's still comfortable. Obviously, that string of rounds still have a buy or two in hand here. Let's see with the light shields coming through.
A little combo. Does Com live? It looks fine.
Heavy lean towards A here.
Yeah.
But we've seen Fnatic do this a couple of times as well. They'll just rotate Chronicle across, try and catch a vulnerable for Boaster to spam through on the Odin, and just play anti-plant on C, but EG are cautious in approach.
Late investment of the utility as well from Alpha coming through. Starting to invest behind this C site. Boaster sitting deep towards CT.
Yeah,
Chronicle, yeah.
They're setting up for so many little anti-plant stalls.
And they're doing it mid-round as well. 57 seconds now. EG.
Joggermo has the spike and he has the TP, so this might just be an attempt to fake out a little bit of presence by EG.
Annoying enough, they don't want to commit towards that. 40 seconds now, back towards A. It's Leo and Durka.
I was going to say, yeah, there's a lack of progress on the other side of the map, though. See Ethan and Com still behind rubble. A couple of question marks
30 seconds left.
lay ahead of them, and the commitment of the Poison Orb will be a big indicator to Durka here to call for some support.
Timing on the door is going to force him slightly deeper. See Demon trying to close in, but the timing's great from Com. Durka couldn't divide and conquer for once in his life. Normally he's there for it, good for it, but Leo has been monstrous. Spam goes in, look at the damage they're getting on this quick heal comes out as well. Leo trying to close that gap, he's already on the side, shorty in hand. Spam again, looking for the player. Leo can't do it this time, Joggermo's still alive. Boaster gets the trade. He's gonna be spamming this all day long. Ethan's down to 8 HP. Alpha's found Demon 1. It's a 3v3. Spotting the player, Boostio can't land it. And now there's pressure on the site itself. Goes again, Alpha's got him. It's down to 2. Back down to a 2v2 though. It's going back and forth between these guys. Boaster spammed the entire round. Connects it, takes it through it. And that's map 1 in the pocket of Fnatic.
The final round was ridiculous. EG have so many tools at their disposal. Almost a stranglehold set up in this post plant. And Fnatic just rip it away. Notable improvement here though for EG. Obviously in this matchup alone, we saw EG get taken the distance yesterday in a best of 5 on this map as well versus Paper X. But a stark contrast.
Yeah, 9 day. definitely have a competitive series in front of us if EG can keep up to this level. But again, if you think Fnatic can't answer, they can't match any level that you go to, you haven't watched enough of them. They are the team to beat for a reason. They've come out here and they've done very well. And now we're starting to see Alpha and Leo find their form too.
Absolutely. And just to know as well, EG actually win out in the opening engagements here. Even at this scoreline, a 13-8, a clinical second half, EG were ahead on first bloods. So Fnatic recovering so many rounds here.